Hi there, my name is Paul Kidd and I come to you from Craig Lodge Family House of Prayer in Argyll in Scotland, and I just want to share with you that the Lord is conqueror and He has conquered in my life a fear that I had to prove to Him that I was worthy to be loved, and He shattered that fear in Jesus, in me, in restoring my relationship to Him and showing me that I was His son, that He chose me first, and that shattered this fear that I had to prove to Him that I was lovable. He showed me that He loved me first, even when I was in sin. And that had been a real area of fear for me for many years, so I came to know the Lord when I was 18 years old. I met Him here at Craig Lodge Family House of Prayer, and from that day on I had a real desire to do God's will in my life, and I knew I wanted to be holy, and I knew I wanted to be close to the Lord. They were the strong desires. I'd lived a life away from the Lord, and when I met Him present in the Eucharist, I knew I never wanted to leave Him again. And so I asked God, how do I as a man live holiness? And I thought that I was meant to be a priest because I saw priests as being holy, and because of my former life that I wouldn't be able to be a good husband because I relationships that I'd had before, they hadn't been with the Lord, and so they hadn't been very good. So I had this idea that I couldn't be a good husband because I couldn't be holy, be holy in the context of a family life. And so I ended up going and discerning whether I was meant to be a priest. And God used that so powerfully, just to say that God writes straight with our crooked lines, and He takes us where we are and He meets us there and does incredible things. And He did that with me, and He led me on this incredible journey where I ended up with a religious community of the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal for a few years, discerning my time with them. And during that time, the Lord did an incredible work where He conquered this false identity that I needed to prove to Him that I was worthy of His love. I needed to prove to Him that I was lovable. But actually what He did, the conquering He did, was He shattered this false identity. And what He showed me was that in Jesus I became His son. And that broke off all this fear, and I began to realize that there was freedom in the choices before me. It wasn't a matter of being afraid of getting it wrong with the Lord anymore. It was about realizing that Jesus was so good, what He had done in me was so incredible, and His power in me made the impossible things possible. And the fear all of a sudden became transformed into expectation, because what had once been robbed from me, which was this vocation to marriage, all of a sudden opened up before me with the possibility of the Lord giving me grace to live it well, to live a holy life as a husband and as a father. I beheld this transformation in me, and that led to just this great joy and this great freedom at actually finding my vocation. That's now I am a husband and I am a father, and it is the greatest source of joy for me. One of the greatest sources of joy for me is being a husband and being a father, and just seeing how the Lord has conquered that area of fear in my life, that discerning His will is in relationship. It's not about just doing things just to please Him so that He will love us. No. He already loves me, and therefore I want to live according to that love. And there's freedom in that love. It's not fear, it is freedom that's available there. And so that's a great conquering that He's done in me, and I get to live in relationship with Him and live His dream for my life as a husband and as a father. So thank you, Jesus, for being conqueror in my life.